The loss of the Packers definitely hurts more for us players than it does for the Bears fans. I mean, they're not doing any of the work. I see these guys in the locker room every day. I see the work they're putting in. We're hitting the practice field while the fans are hitting the buffet. When I see the pass rush, I'm running for my life. Meanwhile, the fans are running to their boss because their broke ass got their 2005 Taurus repoed. In fact, even if we were cooking deep dish pizza, the fans couldn't even find the locker room. Thank you.
We'll now be hearing from a Chicago Bears fan.
My name is Mike Matarski. I know I'm a Bear, and I'm a Bears fan, but I'm also a union welder from Brighton Park. Shout out Local 73. I see you guys over there.
And I understand you had a response from Mr. Fields.
Since you got drafted by the Bears, you've made over $5 million in salary. You've thrown 9 touchdown passes and 12 interceptions. You're terrible at your job. That would be like me going to my job, and instead of welding 2 pieces of metal together, I welded a piece of metal to my work boot. Look, Justin, is it wrong for me, a devoted fan after 53 years, to maybe want to win a couple of touchdown passes? How about completing double-digit passes?
Yeah, I think I get it.
No, you don't! You'll never get it till you have pain like me!
Wow. Okay, anything else you'd like to say to Mr. Fields?
Yeah? You think I could get maybe like an autographed jersey? Maybe some on-field passes? Come on, man, I've been sleeping on the couch since 1985. My wife hates me so much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Matarski.
Seriously, a BOGO coupon for a Polish sausage, an L pass for a month, an old Richard Dent mouthpiece, a broken Cody Harkey bobblehead, anything, I don't care!
Hello and welcome. You're watching Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the rise of the greatest sports betting show in the world. I'm your host, Rocky Foré, here with my ever-trusting Steehn roller. We had a fun week. How was yours, Steehn?
It was good. It was good. We had a good NFL week. We went 4-1 on our premium NFL plays. We're happy about that. So, yeah, it's another great week. The Chiefs lost, the stupid, ridiculous game, but we'll see how it goes coming up this week. How'd you do, buddy? How'd your bets go? Did you make some bets?
I made a few bets.
Yeah.
I bet my friend Jared that I could eat 12 Go-Gurts in 10 minutes without throwing up.
Ooh. How'd that
Made
go?
some money.
Did you make some money?
I made some money, but, I didn't feel good.
You throw up after 12 minutes?
Yes.
Okay,
The second the timer hit 0, I threw up.
You know what they call that in the hot dog eating contest? It's a reversal of fortune.
Mm-hmm. Look, you can. I watched that Packers game. I saw them all on the ground afterwards. But you know what? They still won the game, and that's how I felt.
Very good. It was hot down there. It was hot down there in Florida. How many NFL games did you watch this week?
How many were there?
Well, there were 16.
Well, I watched 15 because Sunday Night Football does not count as a game.
Okay, interesting. Why is that?
That was so bad. I didn't like it, so I'm not counting it.
All right. Yeah, the Sunday night and the Monday night games were a little wanting. So we're excited to be here. As always, thanks for joining us. We've got some exciting stuff to talk about. We'll get to it in just a minute. And I'm extra excited because we're doing something we haven't done previously. We're giving you, that's right, you, a chance to win a $100 gift card. It couldn't be easier. All you have to do is drop us a comment in the comment section. It's got to be something relevant about the show, which bit you like the best, what play you like the best, what you're playing this weekend. You can't just say, yo, that doesn't count. But drop us a legit comment. Everybody that does will be entered in a drawing. And Rocky and I will do the drawing live on Thursday, a couple hours before the Thursday night football game. And we'll find out who wins that $100 gift card. So make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And of course, make sure you drop us a comment.
Oh no, we messed up. We forgot to tell you the date that we're gonna do the drawing. We're doing it on October 6th. Next Thursday. Not the Thursday that you're watching this video or the Friday after, but you have until next Thursday to comment and then we'll do the drawing.
But let's bring our cappers on. You ready, Rock?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, we've got a couple returning handicappers. These are a couple of the finest young handicappers known to man. The guy that I'm going to introduce first comes right out of Denver, Colorado. Denver Broncos picking up their first win. Congratulations. Or a second win, rather. That's big time there for Mason. Mason Folz, 17-3 in his last 20 daily free picks. If you're not checking out this guy's videos, I don't know what you're doing. Not everybody out there wins at an 85% rate. This kid does. It's documented. Check out his videos. But right now, we got him. Mason, what's up, baby?
What's up, everybody? Looking to start out this week of NFL games strong. We're 12-9-2 so far this season and been killing it in the primetime games as we're looking to let it roll this Sunday.
Outstanding. Outstanding. It's great to have you here. Anxious to get at that NFL card. And to his right, your left, as you face your radio dial, it is the pride of Houston, Texas, by way of Ohio, OHIO. He's 7-2-1 in his this last week over his college and football card. That's not unusual. He's been killing it all season. It's David Delano. What's up, David?
What's going on, Steamroller? Glad to be back here.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you. I'm anxious to get at this card. We've got some interesting games, some interesting line moves. Interesting weather out there. A lot of things happening down there, especially in Florida. So we'll see how that all shakes out. But a couple housekeeping things to take care of before we get rolling. Of course, you know the drill. If you watch the show, we give you the best discount code available. 50% off my premium plays, Mason's premium plays, David's Days premium plays, or any other of the great handicappers at winnersandwhiners.com. We got a code. It's easy for you to remember. NFL Show WK4 NFL SHOW WK4 NFL Show Week 4. Put that in. We'll put the link at the bottom of the video. Throw that in there. That'll give you 50% off. Of course, on our best bets, remember those are guaranteed. That is our one very best bet for the day. And it's guaranteed if you don't win, you don't pay. So there you go. Rock, anything you want to add?
If you use the same code on my OnlyFans, you get 50% off.
How's that OnlyFans going for you, buddy?
It's not great. There's only one guy named Gerald who keeps telling me to send pictures of my feet or my belly button.
Yikes.
And he doesn't pay well, but you know.
Have you sent either one?
I've sent him multiple. I call it my ice cream money because I get a couple bucks and then I get to go out to an ice cream truck.
Oh God! All right. Well, if Gerald ever shows up with an ice cream, selling ice cream out of a van, I fear for your safety. I really do.
All right. Well, you know what, Steen?
What?
I feel like I'm not quite getting everybody, getting to know everybody the way I should. So why don't we just start out with a game? You like games?
I do like games. I watch a lot. I watch a lot of games every week, buddy. I'm in. What do we got?
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna name a player that I heard about this week or a team, and then you guys give a movie title for them. You know, like for example, I was like, Marissa Tomei, and then I name all of Marissa Tomei's movies as fast as I can, which I know them all. So I'll start with an easy one, Steen. Okay. Tom Brady.
Lord of the Rings.
Love it. How about Mason, Cardinals?
Ooh, The Great Escape.
Nice.
And how about Davis Mills for David?
We bought a zoo.
And
outstanding.
I got one for Trey Lance. Gone in 60 seconds.
It's funny because it's true, Rock.
It's true. All right, Mason, one more for you. The Chicago Bears.
Ooh, how about the Bad News Bears?
Bad News Bears. And Steamroller, Thomas Morstead, the punter.
Das Boot.
And David, how about the old Mitchell Trubisky?
Get out.
Get out. And my last one, Jameis Winston, the theory of everything.
Oh, dude, that's the best. Because if you haven't seen a Jameis Winston news conference taking questions, it's outstanding. Must see TV. Mm-hmm. You feel like you know everybody better? You know us better now, buddy?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I learned a lot about you all personally from that.
All right. Very good. Well, let's get going on some games. What do you say?
All right.
We've got a lot of games to take care of. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is this our last week with 16 for a while?
I believe so, yeah.
I think that's right. Let's talk about the Thursday night game, as we always do. It is going to be a game that looked it looked like it might be a mismatch at the beginning of the season, and now it might be for completely different reasons, but it might still be a mismatch. It's the Dolphins at Bengals. Bengals, as of Tuesday, which is when we record this, and it's a quick reminder, everybody, check those injury reports, check the weather, check the wind, because we do the best we can with the information we have Tuesday, but a lot of things change, and these lines certainly could change. In fact, almost certainly all of these lines will change in one way or the other. We'll see how dramatic that movement is. But as of right now, the Bengals are at home. They are a 4-point favorite over the Miami Dolphins, a number that's actually gone up from 3.5. 46.5 is the total. You know, the Bengals, they had a problem giving up sacks, but they only gave up 2 against the Jets. That's still 15 on the season, but the Dolphins, they haven't been able to do much getting to the quarterback, just 22nd in the league. Miami, this is something to keep an eye on. They could have some injury problems in the secondary. Cincinnati defense, giving up just 18.3 points per game, but they really haven't faced any great units yet, Pittsburgh, Dallas, and the Jets. But Miami, like I said, with the injury problems, including Waddle, who is fighting a groin injury, can't do as much waddling with an injured groin. Thursday night, short week, banged up team coming off an emotional win. I think this is a bad spot for the Dolphins. I've got the Bengals minus the 4.
Yeah, Steehn, I'm going to roll with the over 46.5 in this one. I really like the Bengals offense, like you said last week. Not as many sacks. Their offense looked a little bit smoother. And even the Dolphins, even though they might not have Waddle, I still see too much speed on their offenses. They're also going to be able to put up points. So I see this being a high-scoring game on Thursday night.
Well, there's 2 games as of Tuesday with this that I've already bet, and I'll just come out and say here that this is one of them. And I took the Bengals on here when it was 3.5. I bought the hook and got the Bengals at 3. I think that this is a bad spot for Miami. They faced a New England team that doesn't have much of an offense. They faced a Ravens team that's struggling on defense, and then they had a tough game at home against Buffalo. Now they're traveling to face a Cincinnati team that has something to prove, that should have some more confidence. If you can't get to the quarterback with Cincinnati, they're going to pick them apart. I think that this is one of those lines where on first glance to certain bettors, you could say, how's Miami an underdog? But they're the underdog for a reason. And I like the Bengals in this game to win this by at least 6.
The Bills' offensive coordinator broke everything except for the Dolphins. By God, the Dolphins aren't getting broke again this week. I'm taking the Dolphins with the over.
Okay. Strong, Rock. Very strong. I like it. No wishy-washy stuff. Just coming in there hot, baby. All right. Moving on to jolly old England. A Sunday morning affair between the Vikings and the Saints. First game out of the country this season. Vikings 1.5-point favorite over the designated home squad, the Saints. 44.5 is your total. Hey, guys. Remember when Jameis Winston threw 30 picks and 30 TDs? I think they'd like to have that guy back right now because right now he's thrown 4 TDs and 5 picks. The Saints, for whatever reason, are not running the ball enough. Whether Kamara's been in there or not, they're still averaging 5.5 yards per carry. That's good for 3rd in the National Football League. However, they're just middle of the pack, 15th when it comes to rushing yards. Take a little pressure off of Jameis, please. New Orleans, as far as stopping the run goes, you have to look at Dalvin Cook. They are middle of the pack stopping the rush. But for me, I like the Vikings as long as Cook plays. No Cook, no play for me. Give me Dalvin Cook and the Vikings minus 1.5.
Yeah, Steehn, I'm right there with you. As long as Cook's playing, I like the Vikings with the points. Their offense is still going to be better than Kirk Cousins showed on primetime a few weeks ago. And he's going to be slinging the ball over the yard. He's going to get the ball to Jefferson and Thielen. And the Saints are going to continue to struggle. Like you said, Winston can't keep hold of the ball. And he's going to give the Vikings a few extra possessions, and they're going to be able to pull away.
This is a close one with the Saints being at 2.5. I'm going to get the hook on this and get it to 3. What you said about Kirk Cousins, the problem is this is a primetime game. It's going to be prime time in London, and I'm not backing Kurt in this one. Give me 3 points with the Saints. I think they can force some turnovers. Jameis might turn it over too, but with the 3 points, I'm going to take the Saints.
Jameis Winston tried to put the Saints on his back, and then he broke it. So I'm going with the Vikings. Don't trust him anymore after I said that in week 2. I would rely on Jameis Winston until he proved me wrong. And he did.
Very good. Very good. All right, back to America. Titans-Colts, home game for the Colts. Colts laying 3 to the Titans. 42.5 is the total in this one. You know, a couple of running backs here that really haven't performed quite as well as we expected. Taylor's been okay, 4.7 yards per carry. There's nothing wrong with that, but his longest run this season has been just 21 yards. And he should have a little more success this week. Why? Because the Titans are dead last in rushing yards per carry allowed at 5.8 yards per carry. Matt Ryan doesn't really have a ton of targets, but he has not been great so far. 3 TDs, 4 picks. But the biggest problem in this game, Derrick Henry is washed. You heard it here first. He is averaging just 3.6 yards per carry. That's a lifetime mark of 4.7. So that is a substantial drop-off for him. I don't think the Titans have the offense to get this one going, and they definitely don't have the defense to stop Jonathan Taylor. Colts, -3.
Yep, I'm right there with you again, Steen. I like the Colts -3, and I also like the under in this game. I think both offenses, like you said, are going to continue to struggle. Henry's not moving the ball great, and either is Taylor, like you were saying, as they're going to try to run the ball. Clock's going to roll off the clock. This game's going to stay low scoring.
I agree with you that this game's going to stay low scoring, but that's one of the reasons I do like the Titans here with the points at 3.5. I think this might be a little bit of an overreaction to the Colts. They got that win against the Chiefs last week. I still don't trust Matt Ryan. Not that I trust Tannehill, but I still don't trust Matt Ryan. I still don't trust this Colts team. I think there's going to be a little bit of a come down here. Even if they win this game, I can't give the Colts more than a field goal here. So I'm taking the Titans +3.5. And I do not think that Derrick Henry's washed. I think that he's going to move the ball better in this one. But overall, it's going to be a defensive game. And Tennessee's going to fight to keep this game close enough to cover.
The only word I have written in my notes is boring. This game is boring. And you know why? Both those teams suck. So I'm going with the opposite, because the opposite always happens in boring games. I'm going the Titans, and they're scoring a lot. I'm seeing 30 points on each side.
Rocky, the original contrarian. All right, very good, buddy. Hey, how about Bears and Giants? You thought that first one was boring. How about Bears and Giants, my friend? Another one there from the Meadowlands. Giants home favorite of 3.5 points. 39 is the total. One of these resembles an NFL team. The other one is the Bears. Hey, the Bears played the Texans last week, and Davis Mills of the Texans had a QBR of 19.5. You want to know the funny part? It was still better than Justin Fields. Oh, my God. Fields is, no surprise, dead last in QBR this season and dead last in traditional quarterback rating. The Giants have to be able to contain the rush of Herbert, but if they can do that, they should be fine. Giants, they get that win they were looking for on Monday. It had just got delayed a little bit. Give me the Giants -3.5.
I like the Giants as well, -3, as their defensive line looks to be a little bit better. I see them stopping the run against the Bears, as like you said, that's all they can really do, as Justin Fields is hard to watch right now. Daniel Jones, I'm going to put my faith in him in this week, and I'm going to take the Giants -3.
Feels tough with this being a consensus all on the Giants, but I have to go that same way with the Giants on this one. Bears got that week 1 win over the 49ers. Trey Lance wasn't ready. Davis Mills basically gave them the game last week, and they still didn't want it. Bears 1-11 against the spread in their last 12 road games against a team with a winning home record. It's weird to say that that's the Giants, but I've got to go with the Giants here. 2 ugly teams, but at least the Giants look like a competent football team right now. They've won 2 games, and they lost to a Dallas team that's better than most people expected. So Giants -3 it is for me.
This game is Danny Dimes versus Darnell Don't Pass It to Me. I think that's obvious in itself. Justin Fields and the Bears have had 15 completions in 3 games. Don't fact check me. I'm going Giants.
So it's kind of good news and bad news. The good news is Rocky's pulling out those numbers. The bad news is he's pulling them out of his butt. So, all right, very good. Hey, that's our first segment down. We'll be doing 3 more segments, but before we do, we're going to take a break. And I want to remind you guys, as we go to break, don't forget to take advantage of our 50% off discount code NFL Show PK4. That'll get you 50% off of all the great picks from all the great handicappers at winnersandwhiners.com, including yours truly, who has really had a fine week, going 6-2 on our best bets lately. So make sure that you check those out. And we'll be right back after these very valuable messages.
I'm sitting here in
Thank God you're here, Shrek.
It's Sherk.
Sherk, I thought I requested Shrek.
Okay. All right. For legal reasons, I am Sherk. Okay, I can't get in any more trouble with the little production company with the moon and the.
You mean DreamWorks?
Shut your mouth. Okay.
All right, cool, whatever. Sherk, just get in here. These kids are restless.
Oh, hey, not so fast. First, you got to sign the waiver.
What?
State said if any kid kicks me in the shins, jumps on my back, or does anything to, cause any emotional pain or damage, I can legally fight them.
Fight them?
Yeah, like we set up like an octagon and fight it out like men.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sign this.
All right. Sick, dude. Peace out then.
Wait. I'll sign it. Why is this pen wet?
Don't worry about it, Slim. All right, so what are these? Who's the birthday kid? Tell me about him.
Yeah, it's Billy's birthday. He's 10 years old. His favorite movie is Shrek 2.
Give me an extra $50. I will say. Once.
You don't even look like Shrek. I mean, the green ogre.
Look, if you don't like Sherk, I got No Teeth the Dragon, Woody Allen as an ant, and Tai Chi Bear in my car. Also, I got that blob from that one movie.
Are you like some bootleg character actor?
Look, that's what you get when you pay $13 and a bag of pork rinds, okay? You want the premium product, you got to pay the big bucks. Now move aside, I got work to do.
What's up, little boys and girls? Get out of my marsh! Ow! You kicked me! That means we have to fight. It's in the waiver.
Billy, it's in the waiver. Legally, you have to fight him. Hi, I'm Rocky Foré, host of the hit TV show Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas. I know what you're thinking. Did Rocky get swole this week, or is that just me? The answer is yes, thanks to Global Fitness, the one place I can work out without being judged. I'm not kidding, that's a rule. Anyway, I'll tell you about it more, but I don't skip arm day.
Wasn't that just 10 pounds? His arm broke that easily?
No! You can't judge. No judging. No. You can't judge. You judge. The rule here at Global Fitness is that you can't judge.
I can't believe I broke the rules.
Mean.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Hey, that didn't take long, did it? We're back to segment number 2, taking a look at the Bills traveling on the road again, but they get to stay out of humid Florida this time. They travel to Charm City to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Bills, 3.5-point road favorites. 51.5 is the total. For me, this is the hardest game on the card only because we don't know anything about the injuries for the Bills right now. If the same Bills team that showed up in Miami, if they're shorthanded like they were in Miami, in Baltimore, I like the Ravens. However, if the Bills get everybody back and healthy, then I'm going to guess, number one, this line's going to go down to about 1.5 or maybe even 1, and then it becomes a tougher call. But as it stands right now, I'm going to have to take the Ravens. I think this Ravens offense has been fantastic. Lamar Jackson has got tired of hearing about. He's got tired of hearing about Josh Allen. He's got tired about hearing about Patrick Mahomes. He says, "Hey, I'm still here," and he has had a fantastic opening 3 games of the season. Ravens, also a team that's banged up. They have got to get healthier, especially in the defensive backfield. But as it stands right now, I'll take the Ravens, and I'll grab those 3.5 points. Give them to me.
Yes, Dean, I agree. I would say if the Bills secondary is healthier this week, I would definitely lean towards Buffalo. But if they are banged up, I'd probably go with the over 51.5 just because I really like the way the Ravens offense has looked. Their defense, like you said, banged up, and the Bills are going to be coming out to score to a bunch of points after struggling against Miami. They're going to be proving that they still got the O moving. So I'll take the over 51.5.
Mason, I'm going to agree with you on the over. I think that this one is going to be a shootout. And Steen, I'm going to disagree with you on the side. I like the Bills in this game. Yes, we could talk about the questions with the Bills secondary, but it's really going to come down to still got with Josh Allen right now. The Bills have the number 1 passing offense in the NFL. The Ravens have the 32nd pass defense in the NFL. That is not going to bode well for them. I'm going to go with the Bills here at the 3.5. Just me, whenever it's 3.5 and I can get the hook, some people have different views on that. I'm going to grab it. But Bills here, I like the Bills -3, but even if it goes to 4, I'm on Buffalo and the over.
All right, and I will say that I have bailed on the Buffalo Express faster than Casey Jones should have jumped off that train, because last week I was here telling you that the Bills team were the best team offensively. They were the best team defensively. I watched one game against Miami, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take the Ravens. Give me the Ravens. So I'll be the first one to admit, don't even call me out in the comment section. Make sure that I realize I'm off the Bills Express for this game. At least.
But it's just like the pick, Steen. We're rolling like if I have 1 or 2 bad picks, people jump off, and then we're just gonna start rolling again.
That's right. Don't get off now. There's a little wobble in the train, but we're fine. We're still on the tracks. It's all good. Hey, Rock, what do you got for this one?
I don't like the Ravens defense because I just heard from a credible source that they have the 32nd worst pass defense. I will not name that source, so I'm going Bills with the over.
Okay, very good. Very good. Throwing those stats in there. Yeah, you get a lot of good information. You don't always remember where you got it, but that's really good. Hey, by the way, speaking of comments, we want you guys to absolutely throw us some comments for today's show, and we're going to make it worth your while. We're going to do something we've never done before. Drop us a comment, and don't just say hey or whatever. Tell us how you like the show. Tell us what your favorite bit was. Tell us what game you got this weekend. Make it something relevant. Anybody that puts in a relevant comment, and yes, I will be the ultimate judge what's relevant. Thank you. It can even be off topic. Put in your favorite movie. I don't care. But anybody drops us a comment, it's going to be registered in a drawing. Rocky, you and I are going to draw live on the air a couple hours before the Thursday game for $100 gift card, for a $100 gift card. How about that? No purchase required. You just have to express yourself on the internet. I know most of you do that for free. So, yeah, you should absolutely do that.
I will be commenting a lot on this video.
And Rocky, you cannot enter. So, just so you know. All right, David, let's talk about one down in your backyard as the Houston Texans host those Chargers. Chargers are 4.5-point road favorites. 44 is the numero here. The Texans, absolutely dreadful at stopping the run. Second worst in the NFL. They give up 5.6 yards per carry. But the Chargers have yet to run the ball successfully. Austin Eckler has not been good, and they're now going to be missing their Slater, their left tackle. They're going to be missing Guyton, likely going to be missing Bosa and Keenan Allen. Well, you flip a coin. I have no idea when he's coming back. I know you can't really read too much into 1 week or overreact. Still, I cannot trust any team who loses by 28 at home to Jacksonville to cover almost a TD in the next game on the road. I can't do it. The Texans, they have been outstanding against the number so far this season. They've hung around for no apparent reason, but yet they've covered the spread. I think they do it again here at home. Give me the Texans plus 4.5.
All right, Steen, this will be the first time we finally disagree today. I'm actually going to take the Chargers in the -5 as I think Herbert's going to put the team on his back and get the job done, cover the points, throw the ball all over the yard, And I just have a hard time backing Davis Mills. So sticking with the Chargers -5.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Mason on this. So I've actually have backed the Texans against the spread every week so far, 2-0-1 on that. And this is going to be the first time I'm going to go against them. They get -6.5. It made a little bit more sense. But now that they're at that -5, 4.5, you got to remember last year the Texans beat the Chargers 41-29. And for that reason, the Chargers are not going to go into this lightly. They're not going to overlook the Texans. This is a revenge game for them, as that loss basically cost them the playoffs. The Texans just cannot, they just can't move the ball. Davis Mills is going to have to make some plays for them to keep up in this game, and I don't think he's going to be able to do so. Chargers are going to win this game by at least a touchdown.
I have been putting my money on the Texans all season. I'm going to continue to do it. Herbert's ribs hurt, and the Texans have stayed in games for no reason whatsoever. They just have not been able to finish a game. So this week they'll finish a game.
Okay.
I've watched the Texans games all year.
I know, because you have a futures ticket. Remind us what you got there, Rock.
I could win $1,500 if the Texans win the Super Bowl
this year.
Yeah,
and
if they don't win, I am ruined.
And
I would be destroyed.
All it cost you was $5, right?
Yeah.
Oh, how could you pass that up, my friend?
You can't.
All right, let's take a look. Moving into the NFC, Seahawks travel to the Motor City to take on Lions. Lions 4.5-point favorites. 50 is the number here, and that's the number that has my attention. When you're looking for teams to bet on the over, you want to look for a bad defense, you want to look for a good offense. Well, kids, look no further than the Detroit Lions. They are dead last in the NFL, giving up 31 points per game, and they are second in scoring, averaging better than 31.4 points per contest. To me, this is a Seahawks game that plays differently at home than they do on the road. I don't trust the defense as much on the road as I do at home. I think there'll be plenty of points in this one because, again, as previously stated, this Lions defensive team is terrible. Give me the Seahawks Lions over 50.
Yeah, Steehn, I'm going to be taking the Seattle Seahawks +4.5. I agree. There's going to be a ton of points in this game. But like you said, the Lions defense continues to struggle. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Geno Smith might be able to put up a bunch of points in this one and keep it close. As I liked the way he was getting the ball to Metcalf and his receivers this last week against the Falcons. So I see him carrying that momentum over into this game and keeping it close against the Lions.
Now that the line is went to 4.5, I believe the number that you said there, I really like the Lions in this spot. Lions have an explosive offense and a bad defense. But the Seahawks have a bad defense and a bad offense. Lions are covering machines. I know they're not in the situation of actually getting points at the 4.5, but I like the Lions here. Like two defenses that I don't trust, but the Geno Smith and the Seattle offense just don't trust that they're going to be able to keep up. I'm going to take the Lions to cover this game at home.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks because Jared Goff. They know him well. They've roughed him up quite a bit. So I think he's going to struggle against a bad defense. I also can't fade the Seahawks. I like them too much.
Okay, very good. Very good indeed. All right, last game on this segment. The Jets at the Steelers. Terrible Towels are giving up 3.5 points to the Jets. Total in this one is 40.5. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no desire to back Trubisky or Flacco. That's like standing up at the firing squad. They ask you if you want a blindfold or a hood. It doesn't really matter. They're both awful, terrible options. Jets put up 31 against Cleveland. Congratulations. They put up 14 of those points in the last minute. Crazy comeback. The other two games, I think, is more indicative of that offense, and they put up 21 total. Now, Pittsburgh defense, terrible against the run, but you know what the Jets can't do? Can't run the football. 84 yards per game, 26th in the league. I think this is going to be a terrible, boring, awful football game. Every bit as bad as you think it'll be. And I think it stays under the total of 40.5.
Yeah, Steen, I'm right there with you again. I'm taking the under 40.5 as I'm honestly not thrilled about this game, but I just can't back Trubisky in that Steelers offense as they're struggling to move the ball. And I don't see the Jets moving the ball either. Like you said, they can't run. And Joe Flacco is just, he's Joe Flacco. He's not as elite anymore, and I just don't see him to get the job done. So I like the under 40.5, but I also wanted to say that I've got my premium section available this week. I'm 64-43 in our last 107 college football, MLB, and NFL picks. We've been killing it. So if you guys need other games, check it out there.
I'm going to go with this is a lean. Like, don't throw this in your parlay and blame it on me, because if you parlay this game in any sort of way, you deserve what's coming to you. I'm personally, when it comes to my money, staying far away from this one, but I'm going to go ahead and actually going to lean on the over in this game. Something about just two teams like this that are so bad, a lot of times they tend to go over because the Jets cannot run the football. You're going to see Joe Flacco throwing the ball a lot, which is either going to lead to some points or some turnovers. Trubisky, at some point, he's going to have to play a little bit better. And when you look at the total like this, you get like a 24-17 game. This goes over the total. I'm going to lean on the over there, and I'm going to lean on the Jets 3.5 just because I don't think that either one of these teams should be getting more than a field goal. But that's just my thoughts on that, but I'm staying away from this one.
I'm not certain about this matchup, but I am certain about Minkah Fitzpatrick having 2 interceptions, one of which is going to the house. I will put $5 on that.
We're going to have to come up with our own segment called Rocky's Proppies.
This is Rocky's Proppies. Ah! Minkah Fitzpatrick, 2 touchdowns, 1 for a pick 6. Greg Dortch, 7 receptions, 120 yards. Over 2.5 times I see Avatar and IMAX 3D this weekend. Amount of times I want to kiss Greg Dortch's little lips. This has been Rocky's Proppies. Ah! Ah, bro!
Because you like to throw out the random prop bets, and if any of them ever hit, the detail that you give is so good that if any of those ever came true, it would be a nice profit. Have you ever hit one of those?
I got Geno Smith's line almost right.
What was your guess? It was
200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He had 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Okay, all right.
Week 1.
That's in the ballpark.
Yeah.
All right, very good, my friend.
Look, if you're enjoying this in your treehouse that you made when you were 10 years old, every so often you go up there, have a little picnic, got yourself some champagne, you're watching this video, give us a like, comment on it, tell us where you're watching this video. Why don't you give us a player and a movie title? Why don't you tell us your best bet this week? Maybe you could win a $100 gift card in the comments. We're going to take a break and be right back.
Oh, thanks, Amazon guy. Hi, Amazon.com. Yeah, look, I bought a bear trap with you guys earlier, and I can't seem to get it to work. I followed. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, no, I think I got it to work. It's working. It's working.
This is Rocky Foré. Rocky Foré is an idiot.
No, I'm telling you 100% Harrison Ford was in Star Trek.
Harrison Ford was in Star Wars.
No, he was in Star Wars, you idiot, and he was also in Star Trek. Yo, MGM has the Browns plus 750 to go over 500 this year?
And you're willing to bet me $100 that Harrison Ford was in Star Trek.
I'll give you $100. Look it up.
I'm all in.
I'm taking that. Woo!
Damn it. Damn it.
18 years? Ah, jeez.
Don't be like Rocky. Don't bet like Rocky. Don't bet like an idiot.
Winnersandwhiners.com, the premier source for NFL picks.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Rocky Foré. Once again, you're watching Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the rise of the greatest American show in the world. Sometimes I have trouble speaking. You know what? Who doesn't have trouble speaking? The Steamroller.
Thanks, Rock. Thanks for that great intro. I really appreciate it. You brought us back from commercial smooth like silk, man. Nicely done. Hey, let's take a look at the Jags and the Eagles. Jaguars on the road to the city of brotherly love. 6.5-point favorites are the Eagles. 48 is the total. This Eagles team, they can't move the football. They are number 1 in total offense, but surprise, Jacksonville, number 7 in total defense. Jacksonville hasn't given up more than 84 yards on the ground. They'll be challenged this week, of course, by Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts. Philly picked up just 72 yards on the ground against Washington. Guess what? They still won by 16 because of their defense. The defense that gave up just 240 yards to the Commanders. They are number 5 in total defense. I think this team, they may not be the complete package, but they are pretty darn close. Jaguars off that big win in Los Angeles against the Chargers. Hope you enjoyed it, because it ain't going to happen this week. Eagles minus 6.5.
Yes, Steen, I agree with everything you're saying, but I really like this. I like this Jaguars defense. I'm going to turn the tables on you here and take the Jags plus 6.5. As I think they're going to be able to stop the run. They're going to make Jalen Hurts question a few of his decisions. And I think Peterson's got a little revenge game with his boys going back to Philly, and he's going to be able to get revenge on his team, make it close, and I think they'll be able to get the job done. So I'm going to take the Jags money line, actually, and call the upset of the week against the Eagles.
Ooh. All right. I don't know about Jags money line, but I definitely like the Jags to cover. I think that the Eagles are getting too many points here. Things that you guys mentioned, you got the revenge game. Jaguars, what have the Jags really done this year that shows that they're a bad football team? Even the preseason, their ones looked good. They look good so far in the regular season. A lot of these lines are set based off of what the Jags were with Urban Meyer. It's tough to get an edge in the NFL. I think that right now the market hasn't really caught up with believing on this Jags team. I'm going to believe in this Jags team before the lines do, and I think that the Jags cover. They don't have to win. They just have to cover. I think Trevor Lawrence is getting more confidence. I like the way they run the ball, and this should be a competitive game.
Yeah, I've been really watching the Eagles this season and enjoying. I'm going to take the Jaguars because they're the best team in the world.
What about your Texans?
Behind the Texans.
Okay, very good. You don't have a futures ticket on the Jaguars, do you?
Not yet, because they're going to win the Super Bowl next year.
Okay, all right. They're just getting warmed up. Very good. All right, moving on to the another battle there in the NFC East. This one features the Washington Commanders heading down to Texas to take on the Cowboys. Cowboys 3.5-point favorites there at Jerry World. 42.5 is your number. You know, guys, you allow 3 points for the home field advantage. So the odds makers are telling me this Cowboys team is just a half a point better than the Commanders. Go home, bookmakers. You're drunk. I have no faith in this Commanders team that is 27th in total offense and 27th in total defense. What do you do well? I don't know. You know what? The rush has been fine. I think that he's been good stepping in for Dak Prescott. I think I said the rush. That's how much I like him. I call him the Rush now. Cooper Rush has been very good stepping in for Prescott in his 2 games he's played. They've designed a nice offense around him. It's a little more vanilla. Who cares? The Commanders, they're not stopping vanilla even. I like the Cowboys here. laying just 3 in the hook.
Yep, I agree with you, Steen. I'm going to be taking the Cowboys as well. I don't like the way Carson Wentz has started this season. He kind of got my hopes up in week 1, but then has been horrible the next 2 weeks. And last week, I had a hard time watching him. He was having a hard time move the ball, and I'm buying into the rush as well. I think Cooper Rush is ready to carry this team until Dak's ready to come back. And as long as they're continuing to give the ball to Pollard and Zeke on the ground, I think their offense will stay dynamic and be able to take down Washington.
Yeah, after week 1, Carson Wentz was the top-rated quarterback in the NFL. Spoiler alert, he no longer is. Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
He no longer is, but I mean, week to week is just such a different animal in the NFL. I mean, he did beat the Jaguars, who I think are better than most people think. Their defense, I understand their defense isn't rated well, but week 2, they played the Lions, who we admit at least offensively are a good team. And then last week they lost to the Eagles, who you think is one of the best teams in the NFL. I think that right now people were down on the Cowboys against the Bengals and Cooper Rush. But now the Cowboys are getting a little bit too much respect. They're coming off that Monday night game. This is one of those games where the Cowboys are going to be the Cowboys since the 90s. This isn't the 90s anymore. And giving Dallas more than a field goal, no. I'm taking the Commanders plus the 3.5.
I've been hearing a lot about how Russell Wilson is the fraud in the NFL. That is false. The real fraud is Cooper Rush. 3-0 as a starter. This guy's garbage. I don't like him. I miss Dak Prescott.
So does that mean you've got Commanders?
Oh yeah, I got the Commanders.
So I just want to touch on that last sentence again.
Yes.
He's 3-0 as a starter. This guy's garbage.
Yes.
Okay.
He is. We're looking. It's like baseball. Just because someone's a 3-0 and wins doesn't mean they're pitching great.
Okay.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes it does. I mean, if it's DeGrom, yeah. If it's I don't know, Tyler Anderson.
Rick Porcello used to be really good for that.
Rocky inexplicably making the case for advanced analytics in Major League Baseball. Whoever had that on your bingo card, go ahead and cross it out. You're probably a winner. Very good, Rock. Okay. Hey, how about some Browns-Falcons? Browns on the road laying 1 to the Falcons. 49.5 is the number. The Falcons are another one of these teams like the Texans. They don't win a lot of games, but by God, they come roaring back for no apparent reason in the fourth quarter to get it close. They're just 1-2 straight up, but they are 3-0 against the spread, and they have lost their 2 games by a total of 5 points. That's not bad. Falcons, well, they've had their struggles against the run versus Seattle and New Orleans, and that is likely going to be a problem because if there's any team that wants to run and there's any team that can do it successfully, it's your Cleveland Browns. Grind it out. Wear them down. Take it and cover. Give me the Browns -1.
Yes, Dean, I agree with you again. I'm taking the Browns -1.5. I even had a -2 here. So I think the Falcons defense is horrible. Like you said, they can't stop the run as Nick Chubb's going to be able to run all over them. Same with Hunt. And I was really impressed with the way Jacoby Brissett was throwing the ball last week, getting Amari Cooper involved as the play action might be available. And the Browns will be able to score a few extra points and take down the Falcons.
Yeah, really, when I set the line on this, I thought that the Browns should be a 3.5-point favorite. Now that it's to the point where you could get the Browns basically money line, I think the Browns are the good play on this. I mean, the only thing I really don't like about the Browns in this is just they've just tortured me throughout my whole life. And, they find ways to lose these games that they should win. But ultimately, with the Browns running game, the Browns are the better team in this game. And I think that the price right now overreacted to Atlanta. But Browns' money line is a bargain. The Browns win this game as long as they don't get too caught up in the lemon pepper rings and some of the other distractions that Atlanta could bring. I'm gonna bet on that they don't, at least until after the game, and I'm gonna take the Browns on the money line.
You say lemon pepper rings?
Lemon pepper wings.
Wings. Oh, okay. All right. I got you.
Lou Williams knows about that during the when he left the NBA bubble. The bubble.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I forgot about that. David, I kind of feel for you personally. You get out of Cleveland. You're like, well, we're gonna move you to a city. Oh, they have an NFL team? Oh, yeah, they do. Great. I can finally find another team other than the Browns. Where am I headed? Houston. Oh, that's great news. Thanks very much. So
The Texans and Browns have a lot of similarities in the history. There's really a lot of similarities.
they're very true. Very true. All right, Rock, what you got for this one?
I got the Falcons. I mean, Arthur Smith does look like if you froze Nicolas Cage, but the Falcons have been playing a lot better than people have been giving them credit for. And you know what? Jacoby Brissett has been doing well, but I could see them falling apart, having to go down to Atlanta, just like David said.
Okay, very
they
good.
got the Falcons.
One thing I'll throw out, I actually am planning on going to this game, so I should say that probably does mean the Browns will lose, but I'm still going to take Browns money line.
All right, very, very solid, very solid. That's the double jinx right there. You bet on the Browns and you go watch them. So, yeah, quick review. Falcons, absolutely a lock in this game. Congratulations. All right, so here's another game out that direction there in the Southeast as the Panthers entertain the Cardinals. Is it just me, or does it seem like the Panthers are home every game? I swear to God, they've been at home every game. I'm sure they haven't, but perception is a wonderful thing. Anyway, Panthers, this game has seen some big line movement. Opened at around 2.5 or even -3 for the Cardinals. It's now -1 for the Panthers. 43 is the total. These are two teams that if you've been betting money on them recently, you're probably taking the bus because they've repoed your car. Arizona 1-4 against spread their last 5. Panthers 0-4 in their last 4, following a straight up win. Now, granted, it hasn't happened often, but this is Arizona. They have not faced a team yet that is dedicated to running the football, and I think that is going to be their Achilles heel. I think the Panthers have done a great job getting McCaffrey more involved each week. It's week 4, so it's about time for him to get injured. I think we ride him as hard as we can right here. Give me the Panthers to win 2 in a row, -1.
All right, Steen, I'm going to be disagreeing with you on this one, surprisingly, as I'm taking the Cardinals money line. I'm sticking with Vegas as they thought they were the favorite to begin the week, and I agree as Kyler Murray's got to start turning it on. That offense, I feel like they just have to be better than they are, and I really just don't believe in this Panthers team. Baker Mayfield, he got the job done against the Saints, but I watched that game, and they still struggled to do anything, and I just don't think they're going to be able to move the ball enough to score enough points on this Cardinals team, as Baker will struggle, and the Cardinals will win the game.
I'm going to agree with you on this one, Mason. I think that this is going to be a friendly personal game, but not so friendly in between the lines between Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield from their time at Oklahoma. And I got to give the edge to Kyler Murray there. I just don't believe in Baker Mayfield to be able to make plays. 32nd in the NFL in QBR. Now, these are two teams that are tough to trust. But if Carolina falls behind and they cannot just depend on the run, the advantage goes to the Cardinals in this one. I'm going to go ahead and back the Arizona Cardinals to get it done here. And then also, if you want to know which games I'm personally playing in this, right now 7-2-1 last week in the between the NFL and college. And honestly, long-term, short-term, you can check the last 7 days. You can check for the year. You check NFL, you can check college football, you can check Major League Baseball. One common thing that you'll see is that I'm getting results and I'm on the top in all of those things. So go ahead and check out my packages. Use the promo code NFL Show WK4. Will save you 50% off on any of my packages. I recommend long term. Don't win every single play, but long term will definitely build your bankroll.
It is Call of Duty double XP. Do you know what that means? Kyler Murray is going to be up all night getting that double XP. The only thing, I don't like to bet against the numbers. And the numbers say Kyler Murray plays bad on double XP weekends. But he doesn't play the Carolina Panthers all of those weeks. So I'm going against the numbers here. I'm still going Cardinals, even though it is Call of Duty double XP. That's something I never do. But the Carolina Panthers are worse than Kyler Murray on a double XP weekend.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I think I've said this before. You get breakdowns on this show like nowhere else. And I couldn't mean that more than when Rocky talks about the Cardinals and Kyler Murray. That's insight that you're not finding anywhere else. So that's a certainly unique breakdown, Rock. I hope it works out for you.
I hope
All right,
so
guys.
too.
We got 4 more left. Hang in there. You're doing great. Again, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Everybody that comments, you're in the bin. We're putting you in the virtual bin. We'll draw one of your names out, and you're going to win $100 on a gift card. The bad news is it's a gift card to Kmart. Very sorry. No, it's like a Visa gift card. I'm kidding. So make sure you comment.
Which you could use at Kmart.
You can use it at Kmart. If you can still find a Kmart, you can use it. All right. Hey, stay tuned. You made it this far. What the hell? You're pot committed now. Watch these messages. We'll be right back.
Did you lose your fantasy league this year and have to do something super embarrassing or disgusting?
I have to wear a pink dress in public for a whole day. How embarrassing. Pink.
For the next 8 days, I have to start my day every morning by eating the spiciest wings known to man.
Well, what if I told you that you didn't have to do that punishment and you could still be a man of your word and not get made fun of by your league for being a little wuss and not doing a simple task that you agreed to?
I'm listening.
Introducing Punishment Takers. We have a team of highly trained individuals who are ready to take on your punishment for you.
Wait, but my friends want video proof that I did it.
I thought you'd never ask. We will get our highly trained individuals to do your punishment for you, and then with our state-of-the-art technology, we will superimpose your face over their body. It's so good, your friends won't even know. Yo, bro, you wear that dress like you had to? Oh my gosh, dude! I can't believe you did that!
I know. Me neither. Yo, how's your stomach? You eat those wings like you're supposed to?
Sure did.
That's crazy, dude. I wouldn't have been able to do that. Mad respect.
I'm just built different.
So call us at Punishment Takers today for a free quote, and we'll help you get out of that thing you don't want to do.
Thanks, Punishment Takers.
All right, everybody, welcome back. This is the 4th and final segment of the show. You are watching, of course, Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the rise of the greatest sports betting show in the world. It's me, Scott Steehn. It's Rocky Foré, Mason Folz, and it's David Delano. I want to welcome everybody back. Here we go. Hey, let's talk about the AFC West a little bit. No, not that team. Nope, not that one either. It's these two. It's the Broncos. It's the Raiders. Raiders hosting them in the Death Star there. Raiders are I'm sorry, this says on my sheet a 2-point favorite. That can't be right. It is the Raiders. Your winless Raiders at home, -2. 46 is the total. Well, guys, I have no faith in either one of these teams, but the Raiders look absolutely lost. Denver at least has a defense. There's some hope on the horizon. The Raiders not good on either side of the ball. Denver, by the way, 3rd in total defense. That's very good. This is a great stat, courtesy of Ralph Michaels on Twitter. I'm going to give props, credit where credit is due. Since 1989, 35 teams have been winless heading into Game 4, and they've been favored by 2 or more points. Their record, that's not good. 14-21 straight up, 11-23-1 against the spread. That's 32.5%. That's what we call a trend, kids. Give me the Broncos over those hapless Raiders right here, plus the 2 points. That's a gift. Here, take them. And I will, in all honesty, probably be playing the Broncos money line in this one.
Yes, Steehn, I love that pick. I'm not going to be betting on the Broncos straight up on this one. I really like the under 46 points in this. I trust the Broncos defense to shut down Carr. I don't trust Russell Wilson and the Broncos offense to score a bunch of points in this one as they continue to just look shaky. So I'm going to put trust in their defense and also trust that Derek Carr is going to continue to stink as I like the under 46 points.
I appreciate that trend, Steehn, because I did not know that, and I have not made an official play or bet on this game yet. But as far as what I was thinking even before that trend, I am going to back Vegas in this game, not based off of anything that we've seen, but really for Vegas, this is it. I mean, I know there's 17 games in a season, but they lose this game, their season's over. I mean, at home, the pressure and everything that's going to come down with Daniels coming in there and Card, they lose this game, their season's over. And I'm gonna back that the Raiders are gonna find a way to win this game, just for no other reason that this is it. This is everything. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Raiders.
Until Nate Hackett proves to me that he knows who his quarterback is. I'm fading the Broncos every time. Russell Wilson has less control of the offense than I do eating Go-Gurts. So, there you go. Broncos.
Little callback there. Nicely done, Rock. Hey, speaking of the Patriots, they're headed to Green Bay, the frozen tundra of Green Bay in September. Now, probably be fine. Packers, 10.5-point home favorites. 39 is the number. That is a low total, and that is a big spread. The Patriots right now, Bill Belichick playing it close to the vest has not indicated who's going to start. We know who it's not going to be. It's not going to be Mac Jones. It's going to be Brian Hoyer, or it's going to be Western Carolina's own Bailey Zappi. Okay. Here's the deal. Hoyer has lost 11 straight starts. Green Bay, they play very good at home. They won 14 straight regular season games at Lambeau. But New England runs the ball, and they do it well. I'm not confident in Green Bay's defense to hold up for the entire game against the run. They're going to run the ball. They're going to shorten the game, and shortening the game even more with 10.5 points. I think that's a gift. I think Green Bay wins this game, but I think the Pats maybe sneak out a late cover. We're getting through all the crucial numbers there at 10.5. I'll take them all. Give me the Patriots plus 10 in the hook.
Yeah, Steehn, I agree with you. It's a lot of points. I had a little bit different angle in this one. I actually like the under 40.5 points. No Mac Jones, like we said. They're going to be running the ball a ton as they're going to keep that clock moving. And the Packers still just don't have many weapons. Aaron Jones fumbled on the goal line. He didn't get much playing time after that. And besides that, Lazard's really their best target on the outside as Sammy Watkins is also injured. I think Rodgers is going to score or struggle to score points in this one, and the under 40.5 is going to hit.
Yeah, it's tough with all the question marks, but I've got to right now, based off of what we know, I've really got to lean with New England at the 10.5. Zappi's a little bit of an unknown, but he may be able to surprise us a little bit. Hoyer is competent enough to not just completely be a disaster out there, and Belichick knows what he's doing. The Patriots, they're going to make adjustments. He showed us last time. This could be one of those games where he just runs the ball 80% of the time. He's going to do what he has to do to prevent his team from getting embarrassed. It's tough with some of the information, but 10.5, I don't. I'm going to have to go ahead and go with New England at the 10.5 there.
I think Hoyer is the Matt Hasselbeck of Ryan Fitzpatrick's. I really do. I think that's exactly what he is. Rock, who you got here? I can hardly wait.
You know what? I got something good for you. Okay. I'm going with the Packers if Brian Hoyer's starting. I'm going with the Patriots if FBS King Bailey Zappi is starting.
Wow. Okay. It's a conditional play. Very good. So you think this is all about Zappi being able to throw the ball a little bit, huh?
Yes. Like Bill Belichick with Brian Hoyer, I have unwavering faith in a random person for no reason whatsoever, no matter what they have done.
Outstanding. Well, that pretty much sums up a lot of what the New England's been able to do for the last 20 years. So, yeah, very good.
Do any of you think long term that there's any chance that Zappi could end up being better than Jones?
Yes. I think they're the same person.
Yeah.
I do. I think he doesn't quite have the running ability that Jones has.
Yeah.
But I think there's a real possibility. We watched a lot of his games last year, and that kid's got an arm. He really could be good.
I really think he could be a sleeper. I really, really do.
I agree.
All right, moving on to a game that will be played. We don't know where. By the time you see this, it's likely you will know where this game is going to be played. On Tuesday afternoon, we don't know. This is the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Buccaneers. My money's on Minnesota at this point. I think this game gets played in Minneapolis. Looks like Hurricane Ian has Tampa Bay squarely in its bullseye sights. I think this game will get moved, and I think it's going to be Minneapolis. Chiefs 1.5-point road favorites. 45 is the number. Guys, this Tampa Bay defense, they know how to frustrate Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs have played the Buccaneers twice in the Mahomes era, once in regular season, once in the Super Bowl. Mahomes dominated the first half, the first game. But in the last three halves, the Chiefs have been completely outplayed by this Buccaneers squad. Chiefs still missing Willie Gay. That is a huge, huge factor in the middle of that defense. It made a huge difference against the Colts. It's going to make a huge difference against Tom Brady, and the Buccaneers are still without Harrison Butker, who's going to kick for this week for the Chiefs. Well, we're going to spin the wheel and find out. You have to take care of the injury reports for Tampa Bay. You have to see which receivers will be available. We do know, however, that they will be able to trot out 2 or 3 competent receivers, and it should have a better squad than they did last time. I'll take the Buccaneers.
Steen, I like that pick, but I am actually going to take another different angle. I'm going to bet on both teams to score a bunch of points in this one. I like the over 45. I think this total's too low. If Brady can get, I know he's getting Evans back. If he can get one more of those receivers, Godwin or Jones, I think he's going to be able to score enough points on this Chiefs defense. And I think that Mahomes and their offense is going to be clicking. Everyone in the media is talking about the little scuffle they had at halftime. That was absolutely nothing. They're going to come out and prove that they can still score the ball. And this is going to be a high-scoring game. So I think the over 45.
Mason, let me ask you this, because this number plunged from 49.5 to 45, I think largely based on hurricane news. I wouldn't be surprised once it gets moved to see that number shoot back up. So what's the highest total you'd play that at?
I want to say I'd go up to 47.5 to 48. I would. Okay. I like 48's number.
Okay, very good. All right, David, what you got?
Interesting that you say that, Mason, because I actually feel the opposite way. I actually think if this total goes back up to take the under in this game. I mean, with all I think that Tampa Bay's best chance in this is with their defense, with all those receivers, even the great Tom Brady. I mean, they're not putting up points right now. Not that they're finding ways to win, but it's through the defense. The Chiefs' defensive, their games have been a little bit lower scoring than expected too. I actually like the under in this game. The side is really, really tough on this one. I don't like to flip a coin or anything. This one I don't see a huge edge. I'm going to go ahead and lean on the Chiefs in this game, but I feel better. And Mason's been hot, so maybe I'm wrong, and it's probably going to be a completely stay-away game in general, but I actually like the under.
Yeah, I agree, David. I think this game is more of a game for us to watch, enjoy the two solid teams, but risking a lot of money is definitely a little interesting.
There's definitely better games to pick. Yeah.
I might be tempted to take a middle shot here if I can get this at 45 and then watch it go up. If I can get it over 48, give me that 31-17 middle shot. I would probably try to arbitrage this one. That's just me. Rock, what you got? You gonna do? Play a little? We gonna arb some games this week?
Yeah. I'm not liking this new look Tom Brady. I feel like 8th graders study his face for geometry. And you know what? Depends on where this game is played too. If it's played at Tin Can Alley, I'm taking the under. If it's at Ekman Acres, I'm taking the over.
Okay, solid.
Oh, but I want the Chiefs.
All right, very good. All right, and we move to the Monday night game. It's going to be the Battle of California. It's the Rams. It's the Niners. It's in San Francisco. Niners minus 242 is the number right here. You know, the 49ers, they beat the Rams twice in the regular season last year, and then they blew a 10-point lead in the NFC Championship game. I don't think this Los Angeles Rams offensive line is banged up, and I don't see them getting much going against this very stout San Francisco 49ers defense. I'll take the Niners. I'll lay the 2.
Ooh, we're going to disagree on the final pick of the day, Steen. I can't not back the Rams in this one. After watching that Sunday night game, Jimmy Garoppolo struggled to stay accurate, made a few errors, a few interceptions that I thought were really bad. And I see Aaron Donald getting some pressure on him up the middle, and the Rams will make some plays. Cooper Kupp's been balling out, and Matt Stafford will get them another victory. I'm going to go with the Rams money line on this one.
I'm going to go with the Rams in this one too. I think that the upside of the Rams is higher based off of what they could do offensively. And, for what it's worth with the trends, I mean, the underdog has actually covered in the last 7 meetings between these teams, and the road team has actually covered in 5 of the last 7. I think to getting points here with the Rams, I'm going to go ahead and take the Rams here to cover.
Sure, Jimmy Garoppolo throws the ball like every receiver is 8'5", but I'm going to go with the 49ers as well. I don't like the way Matt Stafford's been playing this year. He's on my fantasy team, and at a certain point, I'm going to bench him for Jared Goff or someone. But, yeah, and also the over. I think there's going to be some points scored in this game.
All right, very good. Well, guys, as always, it's been a real pleasure having both of you on here. I appreciate it. Mason, where can we find you?
You can find me at winnersandwhiners.com, also on Twitter at Mason Folz. I think the link's right up here somewhere. I got all my plays there, tweeting them out every day. I also throw out a few parlays every weekend. If you guys are smashing that like button, last week we hit a plus 766 college football parlay. So if you guys are looking to risk a little more money, you can come check me out there and try to strike it rich.
Very good. And don't forget to use that code NFL Show WK4 to get 50% off of Mason's picks. David, can we find you in some similar spots perhaps?
Yeah, so you can follow me also on winnersandwhiners.com on the expert section over there. We can get my premium picks. And then also I write for winnersandwhiners.com, so you can get a lot of free picks there as well. I'm actually going to have a write-up that's going to be up by the time you're seeing this video. That will be up for some college football games on Friday. For the NFL game, I'm going to have a write-up up about the Cleveland Browns and the Atlanta Falcons. I really like the total in that game, so go ahead and check out that free article. Also, you can check out YouTube, me and Mason. We've got free picks for you there every day as well. And follow me on Twitter at GetSportsStrong. Every now and then, last minute, we might be tweeting out some FCS football picks that you might want to jump on. So make sure to give us a follow.
Very good. Of course, I am Scott the Steamroller Steen. I do daily pick videos like these other mooks over there at the Winners and Whiners YouTube channel. You can find my picks at winnersandwhiners.com under the expert selection. Of course, use that code NFL Show WK4 to get 50% off of my picks. And we'll be doing our college show this Friday with my buddy Scott Reichel. We've been hot. We've been hot the last 2 weeks, 6-1 on the show the last 2 weeks. So make sure you stop by and check out our college show, tentatively titled Back to School, trademark search pending at this point. Rock, get us out of here.
Well, if you want to find me this week, you can find me cruising down the freeway. I'm the one in the 1993 white Ford Bronco. Thanks for watching Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas. We have a ball here. Like and subscribe to this video if you made it all the way through. And if you didn't make it all the way through and you're just scrubbing through trying to find something important about a game you want to find out about, then like and subscribe it anyway. Have a good week. Well, if you guys liked today's video, go ahead and subscribe. I'm not going to stop this until you subscribe. Click the link there. Subscribe! 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 I'm not gonna stop hitting myself over the head with my clipboard until you subscribe! Subscribe to the channel! Subscribe to the channel! Just go ahead and subscribe! Subscribe!